ko muri iyi minsi hari ibibazo byinshi cyangwa se hari divorce nyinshi cyane ziri kuvugwa hirya no hino, ese mwaturusha ikintu kiri ku isonga gitera ibyo bintu bya divorce? Wenda hari impamvu nyinshi, ariko cyane cyane cyaba ari igiki?
Ba selfish, umwe agashaka ko babimukorera gutya, ko bibiwe bigenda gutya, because of kwikunda wenyine bikaganisha mu kurusenya. So utari washaka ibintu, banza shaka inyungu za mugenzi wawe. Utari washaka time nyinshi, banza uyihe mugenzi wawe. Utari washaka ubutungo bwinshi, bushakira mugenzi wawe. Usanga abantu kuko bikunda cyane, they end up bisenyera.
Ngo ntazibana zitakomanya amahembe, but even when we do, ntukabijyane mu buriri. Don't go to bed when you're still angry. Ariko ikintu cyitwa kunyurwa, kutanyurwa kirimo kwica inshako.
Kuri ikibazo ni gute igihe umufasha wawe ashobora kuba afite ikintu cyamurakaje utabigizemo uruhare, kandi ukaba utari bukishakemo igisubizo? Ni gute wavumbura kugira ngo uze kumushyira muri mood nziza, umusubire mu buzima bwiza? Wamubwiraga ngo I love you, uko kuje none yatangiye kubura. Iyo umudamu wawe afite amafaranga menshi, hari igihe usanga hajemo complex zo kuvuga ngo I'm the boss, kandi responsibilities pastor yarakwigishije umugabo ni umutwe. Noneho iyo challenge uhuye nayo wamuganiriza gute ku buryo azumva ko?
Ntekeza ko abantu bamwe bahitamo kubihunga, ndabivuga ndabihera so ni byiza kwemeranya kuvuga ku bintu. Nje nicyo navuga, kubera yuko iyo muvuze muti umuntu yakubwiye ati ndashaka ko tubivugaho, mamuri bubivugeho, kandi iyo mubivuzeho solution iraboneka. So akavuga ndashaka ko tuvuga kuri kintu ti rero ashize iminsi wenda in the bed bigenda gutya, but I think I'm not very happy with that. I think we can do better. Ukavuga ati okay, how? Akagwa details y'icyo avuga kitagenda neza cyane. Rimwe na rimwe mwemi mudafite n'igisubizo, mugahita muvuga muti ubu se cyaba kiza kurushaho gute, mukashaka n'igisubizo hamwe, kuko ntago riba ari ikosa ry'umwe muri mwe. Wenda mwa mutabizi, urugero mvuze nko ku minsi ya mbere mugishakana, ari ibintu mutazi wenda kubera ko ntaho mwari kuba mwarabimenyeye nyine.
Murabona rero ukuntu twabatoranyije, harimo abato batamaze imyaka myinshi cyane, harimo abafite uburambe, so turaza kuganira neza cyane. Okay?
Yes, we have senior couples in front of us and junior couples, but we are going to share experiences.
Ubwo rero ukuntu tugiye kubigenza, ndabanza mbazeho gato Pastor Fred na Pastor Ann, then turibihe Sam na Judith, nabo hari topic barivugeho gato cyane, buri mwana agenda akoresha iminota 5, na Sam na Lilian nabo hari topic barivugeho gato cyane, nanone biganisha kuri ubwo buryo icyatuma inshako zacu zigumaho, tugahozaho ntidutane. Okay, then
yes, Elder Eugene is going to ask Pastor Fred and answer some questions, but for Sam and Judith, they have a topic they're going to share with us, together with Lillian and Sam. They also have a topic that they are going to share with us.
Ubwo nyuma haraba hari mikro kugira ngo namwe mutangire mubarase.
Then we shall be having a microphone in your midst. So shoot questions.
Mu coaching amasasa bari mu ntuza, abari hari ya mu ntuza muri chemba. Okay?
So mwitegure kubabaza ibibazo nabo badusubize neza. Amen.
So Pastor Fred and Pastor Ann, you just talked about how people in the US, when you reach in the US, people are already asking you, telling you about their marriage. Now, I find two things in our culture here. It's so the Rwandan people talk about don't wash your dirty linens in public. So in a way, they are told, ibyo mu nzu biguma mu nzu, ibyo mu rugo biguma mu rugo. So they hold so much on that of not speaking out, but at the same time, the principle of getting help and getting counsel instead of dying, dying in the house, and by the time we know it's actually a rotten house. So how do you advise, or is that something you've seen as you move from Rwanda to the US? Do you find that could be a problem, that people are actually staying together but they have divorced?
arabaza ikibazo afashe kuri rwa rugero Pastor Fred yatubwiye kugerageza ku ibyo abona muri Amerika, bo baragerageza bakafunguka bakabivuga, ariko yabihuza n'ibyinaha mu Rwanda iwacu kuri cya kintu kivuga ngo iby'inzu ibyo mu nzu ntibikajye imusozi ntibikajye hanze. Narabaza Pastor Fred ngo nagerageza duhe ubujyanama kuri byo ahuza, ngira ngo izo ngero zombi zahana hariya.
Ladies first.
Gatwumve Ana.
I think let me begin with something I read somewhere. It was like a short quote.
Katangirane n'ikintu kimwe nasomye ahantu, ni inyandiko y'umuntu.
I'm trying to respond. Really, should I tell anyone about something happening in my marriage or not?
Ndagerageza gusubiza bitari kuvuga ibyabaye mu rushako rwanjye cyangwa se oya, ariko ndagerageza gusubiza.
So I read this quote somewhere, and it was saying, if you tell the wind your secrets, yeah.
Yasomye ikintu kivuga ngo iyo uganiririye umuyaga amabanga yawe.
I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember it exactly, but he said, if you tell the wind your secrets, don't blame all the trees for knowing.
Nuganirira umuyaga amabanga yawe ntuzarenganye ibiti ko byabimenye.
So I really don't think it's wrong finding someone you confide in, someone with character you can tell something you're dealing with.
Ntabwo ibingibi nshatse kuvuga ko atari byo kureba umuntu wizeye ku buryo wamugisha inama.
I think it's good if you can find someone mature, someone who has walked the path you're trying to walk.
Muri make nderekana ko ni byiza kuba wareba umuntu ukuze muri ibyo wabyitwayemo neza, kuba wamwegera ukamugisha inama.
Someone who has gone through the same challenges you're trying to overcome.
Uwo muntu akaba yaba yaranyuze muri ibyo bibazo unyuramo kandi akabisohokamo neza.
Sometimes you may not be able to find many. If you have one or two, I think you're good.
Ikibazo nuko nyine tutabona benshi, ariko nibura ubonye umwe babiri ni amahoro.
And I think there is reason why people don't share their issues.
Nkanatekereza ko ari nayo mpamvu ubona tutabona abantu benshi batuganirira ibyabo.
Because we have a tendency of, even here in church, you tell someone and you find a way of spreading the rumor or the gossip, even in the disguise of making it as a prayer request, you know. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like even in a church context here in among believers.
No muri twebwe abizera usanga ari uko.
We have a way we gossip and we tend to say it maybe to someone in a context of a prayer request. Let's pray for Judith. Like, but the truth is, you're actually gossiping.
Mu by'ukuri no mu bizera hano mu nsengero usanga ari byo dukora, ugasanga ntitubivuze tweruye, ariko tukabicisha mu gutanga ibyifuzo, musengere mwene data nabonye bitameze neza. Mu by'ukuri si icyifuzo utanze, ahubwo uramuvuze.
Yeah. So I think there is nothing, personally, I don't think there is something wrong about sharing things you're struggling with if someone is mature and you know they're going to pray for you, they're going to walk through with you, they are going to share their experience, I don't think there is anything wrong with that.
Ku bwanjye numva ko guhitamo umuntu uciye ubwenge wabyitwayemo neza agatsinda neza ibyo ngibyo unyuramo ukamuhitamo ukamugisha inama mvuga ko nta kibazo.
Maybe we need to, as church believers, maybe we need to grow in that area to be people someone can confide in.
Ahubwo inama najya nuko twebwe abizera mu itorero twahitamo kuba abantu bakuze muri icyo cyiciro cyo kuba twaba bagishwa nama.
Yeah, like have a heart, like keep something for someone.
Kugira umutima ubasha kubika ibanga ry'undi.
Let me say something small someone taught me here on campus. Actually, she was a young girl.
Reka mbabwire ikintu kimwe n'umwana umwe hano w'umukobwa yanganiriye hano kuri campus.
I had just come to Rwanda and this girl told me something about something her mom told her.
Ikintu yambwiye ko ari mama we wakimubwiye.
She said that a snake was a very good friend of akagukundwakaza. Bakita jipenda skari. That they were, both of them were very, very good friends.
Snake and what?
And sinzi ko bakita jipenda skari akagukundwakaza cyane.
Yeah, ni kimonyo.
Ni kimonyo. Okay.
So avuga ko inzoka ni kimonyo byari inshuti.
So she told me they were really, really tight friends.
Koko ngo byari inshuti rwose zikomeye.
So a snake brought an idea.
Hanyuma inzoka izana igitekerezo.
That why don't we tell each other everything we know? Why don't we tell each other everything we know?
Inzoka izana igitekerezo ariko ni kubera iki tutamenerana amabanga yacu ngo tubwirane byose tuziranyeho.
And then the other small insect was like, it's fine, let's go ahead, you start. And how do you propose we're going to do this?
Ikimonyo kiravuga kiti nta kibazo mbifiteho reka tubitangire ariko si wifuza ko twabitangira dute?
And the snake was like, well, it's easy, let's just open our mouth. You know, like how the snake is like straight. And you just look into my mouth, you will see everything.
None inzoka irakibwira iti dore ko tugiye kubikora nuko nguko reka gusa twese tubumbura iminwa yacu noneho wowe urebe mu kanwa kanyu uraza kumenya byose.
So, and definitely because the snake is straight, you know, like you're going to see everything all the way up to the back.
Nawe reba imiterere y'inzoka reba uburyo irarambuye itya.
And then you know how the other insect akajipenda skari munda chimeza gutya, you know.
Reba rero ikimonyo uko giteye reba hano nko munda yacyo harafunganyemo.
Yeah, so when a snake looked into like it had, you know, like a point of like a halt, you cannot go past this, you know, like after Westline imeza gutya, so you could not see up to the back.
Urumva ikimonyo kiramutse cyasamye cyo ntago inzoka yareba ngo irebe byose kuko hari ahantu yagera ntibashe kureba ni handi munda hafunganye hari aho itarenga.
So she kept some things.
Hanyuma
not for bad, I think.
Kigira ibyo gihishe.
Yeah. So I'm not really promoting like go like hide everything, but at least keep some things, especially for people. Share yours if you want, but if someone confided in you about things they're struggling with, please keep them to yourself and pray for them. Don't bring them in a prayer meeting and say, let's pray for someone. I think that's why people sometimes struggle sharing.
Nziza arasoza avuga ati ni byiza ko abantu bakuze muri cya cyiciro cyo kugira imitima y'ibanga kubika ibanga ry'undi muntu niba umuntu agusangije ubuzima bwe agira ngo musengere kora icyo kintu ariko yibuke no kukizigama muri wowe kitanyanyagiritse hose.
Thank you, and thank you so much. Mushimire cyane.
Yeah. Akoze.
Do you want to add anything, Pastor Fred, or you good?
It's well said. I agree with her. Next.
Amen. So yeah, right. Great. Okay, now we're going to give Sam and Judith 5 minutes to speak into the whole idea of communication and how that has been a very important aspect in their marriage. I don't know how they're going to use 5 minutes. That's another test. Whether you are good communicators. Keep it short and simple. Kiss, okay?
Icyo bagiye kudufasha Judith na Sam bagiye kutuganira
God bless you.
ku kintu cyitwa abashakanye baganira bati communication mu minota mike ariko batuganirire.
Good morning, church.
Aramutse.
I think I'm taking the first shot.
Yes.
Not means first. I wanted to know whether the 5 minutes is for both of us or each has 5 minutes.
I thought you were one. 5 minutes is for the couple.
Yeah, no.
Iminota 5 niyo bahaye bombi.
Okay, you start. Let's see how it
5
goes.
minutes is too short for me. Okay, thank you. So today, my wife and I were very privileged to talk about communication in our marriage.
Uyu munsi jye na madamu duhawe umugisha kugira ngo tubaganire kuri iki kintu cyo kuganira kw'abashakanye mu rushako.
Yeah, when I look around, I think today we are the most senior in marriage because we are making 20 years in marriage. I think in 2 weeks' time.
Ndatekereza ko turi mu masenior couples tugiye kugira imyaka 20 y'urushako.
So
Yego, kuri 20 z'uku kwezi turimo.
Amen.
20 zaba yuzuye.
yeah, so for us, we look at marriage as a journey.
Twebwe uko tubona urushako jye na Judith, tubona urushako nk'urugendo.
It's a journey. You can walk a journey smoothly. You can walk a journey and complete it when it is with problems. You can fail to walk the journey.
Mu rugendo rero muzi ko habamo byinshi, hari igihe usanga ugenda ahantu hatunganye neza, hakaba n'ahandi ugera ugahuramo n'ibibazo by'urugendo. Murabizi, wasitara turya twose n'umwuma.
So for us, as of now, it has been a journey, but of course there are ups and downs, but we are not complaining.
Mu by'ukuri natwe bibaye urugendo rurimo udusozi n'utubande, ariko ntago twicuza.
So there are so many things that make marriage. Like you have heard about being, or when you describe your wife or your husband as my better half. That means in marriage, a man is a half, the wife is another half, so you make one person, one whole.
Dore ibanga rero rikomeye hano tugombye kumva. Iteka ryose mu rushako umugabo aba ari igice kimwe, noneho umugore nawe akaba ikindi gice cyuzuza icyo gice, mwembi mukaba umwe.
So before you get married, there is a process of dating. We are all married, we have ever been married, so there is dating. You first start from dating. Dating is the foundation of marriage.
Murabizi rero mwese mwarashatse, ikintu cyitwa urushako kibanzirizwa na cya gihe cya fiançailles.
So if things are not going to work, they die in dating.
Iyo mubona ibintu bitazavamo mu mvugo y'ubu bipfira, rero utangira kubona byapfiriye muri fiançailles.
So for us, like I've indicated, there are so many things involved in making a marriage. First of all, you get prepared to be a half when you are a whole, which is not very easy.
Ibanga rya mbere narivuze mu ryumve bagabo n'abafasha banyu, narivuze ujya kurwinjiramo wamaze kwiyemeza iki kintu kudashyitse, kandi biragoye kuvuga kudashyitse kandi ubona wuzuye.
Then too, you are joining someone who is not your sister, someone you have not lived together, someone you don't know very well.
Kandi wibuke ko uwo mugiye kubana iteka si mushiki wawe, ntimwonse rimwe, hari abataraturanye batabyirukanye, byose babiraho.
So our small task is we are restricted on communication.
Twebwe rero twahisemo kubakira ku kintu cyitwa communication nzima.
So communication, like it's a very big subject.
Communication rero ni sujet nini cyane, ni ikiganiro kinini rwose.
You find in the government they have a department of communication, in organization like the church here it has communication department. So in a home, communication is also very important.
Nkuko rero muzi ko no muri leta habaho department ishinzwe itumanaho, no mu churches hano tugira communication department ya communication. Ni ngombwa ko no mu rugo naho iyo department ikora neza.
So in communication, you don't communicate alone. It needs two people or more than two people.
Communication rero ukuntu yubakitse nta muntu wikominika we wenyine ahubwo ukominikana n'undi. Mu yandi magambo ntiwiganiriza, uganira n'undi muntu.
So in communication there must be an initiator and there must be a receiver.
Mu kiganiro rero cyangwa se kuvugana hagombye kubaho utangije ikiganiro n'uwakira ikiganiro.
And there must be an enabling good environment for the information to be passed on from the initiator to the communicator.
Hanyuma iyo iki kiganiro gitangiye hagombye kuba mbese environment cyangwa aho muri hameze neza ku buryo bitunganya icyo kiganiro cyane.
So like we have been requested by Brother Celeste and Eridation and Brenda, we need to be practical.
Hanyuma rero nkuko twabisabwe n'ubuyobozi bwacu hano mureke tubishyire mu ngiro noneho uko tubikora.
So for us, when we met through dating, we agreed that communication is very important.
Igihe twahuraga na Judith dutangiye fiançailles twemeranyijwe ko communication yacu izagenda neza.
Actually for me, because of cultural background, you know, there's in our culture, a man is a man, a woman is a woman. So there are some things for a man and for a woman. We agreed, no, we have to be equal in marriage.
Yego, rero kuri jewe byari bungore kuko mu mico yiwacu umugabo aba ari umugabo, hakaba iby'umugabo hakaba n'iby'umugore, ariko twiyemeje ko icyo tuzakirenga twebwe tukaba abantu bangana muri communication.
So in marriage you need to set standards and you agree on them.
I love that. Mu rushako mugombye gushyiraho inzego noneho kandi mugakora ibyo mukora byose muganisha kuri izo nzego mukanazigeraho.
So I've been given a few, I think 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Your minutes are gone, Brother Sam, but you can give us one kind of key communication, practical communication issue you've worked with that has done very well, and then Judith will also speak into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Because I wanted to take you through 6 most important.
That may not work. Sorry. I think what we'll do, Brother Celeste, we need to, in the next, they can pick from there. Because time is like gone. Okay?
Yes.
I'm very sorry.
No, I'm summarizing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in communication, you need to be very honest and straightforward.
Icyambere mu biganiro ugombye kuba umunyakuri kandi ukajya urasa ku ntego.
You must have a regard to acceptable standards.
Kandi mwembi mukiyemeza kwakira no kwemeranya kuri izo nzego mwihaye mushaka kugeraho.
You must be intentional.
Kandi mugombye kubishyiraho umutima mukaba serious.
And by the way, most of the things you talk in communication between your wife, what are they? These are nitty-gritties. These are things that are running the home. It's accountability. Where are you? When are you coming back? You know, those are things you consider not very important, but when they are very important.
Nibyo murimo muganira hagati yawe no mwashakanye bigombye kuba bisobanutse. Ntago ari umwanda w'ibintu byose uyoye, ni ibintu by'ubunyangamugayo, ni ryari uri buhagere, wabaye amahoro, ibintu mbese bisobanutse.
Like my wife actually, she feels very bad if you don't account for your time when you are away.
Mbabwije ukuri madamu wanjye Judith we bimukora nabi cyane iyo utamubwira igihe uri buhagerere cyangwa se uri bukorere iki kintu, biramubabaza.
And you need to celebrate every achievement of your partner.
Ikindi kandi mwembi mugombye kwiyemeza kujya mwizihiza buri icyumwe muri mwe agezeho cyiza mu buzima.
And if you are very annoyed, you don't need to be aggressive. You need to forgive. I think let me quote icyanditswe.
Niyo byabaye ngombwa ko hagira ikibarakaza ntimukarakare nk'abatagira ibyiringiro, murakare munababarira.
Galatians 3.
Abagalatiya 3. Colossians. Abakolosayi.
You can read it for me.
So na abakolosayi igice cya 3 umurongo wa 13 niho abafashishije.
It says if you have annoyed your partner, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave us.
Nimugira icyo mupfa na mugenzi wawe, mushyire imbere kubabarirana no kwihanganirana, mubabarirana nk'uko umwami wacu yatubabariye.
And to conclude, there is one of the writers, it's called Stephen Gaines. He says if you have being in a long marriage is a little bit like that nice cup of coffee every morning. I might have it every day, but I still enjoy it.
Wow. Iki kintu agisubiremo tucyumve niba
agasubiremo neza ko ngako twumve. The quote you read.
Yes, he is a writer. He's called Stephen Gaines. He says, being in a long marriage is a little bit like that nice cup of coffee every morning. I might have it every day, but I still enjoy it. Okay, it's like you need to enjoy your marriage.
Icyo uyu mwanditsi ashaka gushimangira, ugombye kwishimira urushako rwawe, kurunezererwa, kururyoherwa. Mubashimire.
I'll probably use 2 minutes.
Okay. Good luck.
Reka nawe tumwumve minota 2.
Yes, nitwa Judith nko bababwiye. And yes, we've been married for 20 years. We are 20 years on 20th October. And in those 20 years, imyaka ya mbere yose, from that was 201 kugeza 2013, our marriage twahoraga umwe agenda undagaruka like because of school, because of work, because of so many responsibilities. So iyo myaka 12 y'urushako rwacu ya mbere, we had a lot of movements, we had a lot of journeys, we had a lot of commitments. Icyo bivuze, we could only rely on good communication. Ni kimwe mu byo twiyemeje. Singiye muri dating because when we were dating, we would talk like the whole day, we would escort one another and talk and then come back and talk. Ariko noneho muri marriage nyirizina, twasanze muri iyo myaka na n'ubu byabaye culture, we had to talk. Twaniyemeje ko muri icyo gihe cyose nta munsi n'umwe wira tutavuganye. It could be a phone call, it could be an email. Aho technology igenda ihindukira, it was even easier, but we made sure we communicated each day. Ni nacyo cyadufashije muri icyo gihe. So when very briefly, a very brief story of us, when we got married, after 1 year he went away for a year and a half, work-related studies, and that is what kept us communicating. When he came back, I think 2004 irangira, I went away, studies, kandi ufite a little kid. So bivuze ngo my going away ended up, I thought it was going to be a year or two, bihita biba nka 5 years. Ariko of course we would visit each other and all that. Ariko what helped us was communicating to one another. So it became a culture in our family. N'abana turabibatoza ku buryo njyewe ubwanjye, I have God's grace that I don't keep anger. So biranyorohera, and I'm a very expressive person. I don't think I can spend a full day ikintu cyandakaje ngo kitume ntavugana n'abantu. That's something that has helped us very much. And one thing I want to tell you nuko kuvugana na communication is amagambo gusa. We've learned even the communicating through non-verbal actions. Nkamenya if Sam is back, and when I can tell, I can read. We have learned to read each other's body languages, and then we are able to know what to do next. Even the children, abana bamaze gukura, ariko even when they were growing up, we were very, very close. Our family is very, very close, and we have twasanze ko kuganira no kuvugana mu nitty-gritties, mu bintu biri ngombwa, mu bintu bifatika, mu bintu biri even silly things. There are times we are walking or we are talking with each other and I find myself on phone and I'm laughing and someone might think, oh, who is she laughing at? But I'm probably laughing at his jokes, at his funny things that he has sent me maybe on phone. And that keeps us going. Communication has made us very good friends on top of being a couple. I really want to encourage everyone, don't keep that anger, don't keep that, but even when we do, don't go to bed when you're still angry. I'm maybe ending with also a small quote, that in all that, there is love. So love has really made us, for the children, for the family, even our wider family and us as a couple, to be able to go through it and communicating each nitty-gritties. And they are saying, there's a man called Eva Barrows, a lady called Eva Barrows, and she says, in a family life, love is the oil that eases friction, the cement that binds closer together, and the music that brings harmony. So, urukundo and communication. God bless you.
Amen, amen cyane. Amen. Nkuko nabivuze, nsabye imbabazi kwanza kuko imitima iruzuye, ibyo kuvuga ni byinshi n'ibiganiro ni byinshi, ariko amasaha twayahinnye cyane.
I am sorry they have a lot to share, but we are really.
So on behalf of other moderators, turabona ko twari dukwiye kubaha more time.
Yes.
Ariko ntago bikunze. Ariko there is more time next time, okay? Always we can keep time in the future. God willing, we can have more talk. Ariko
ubutaha ko twagira igihe kigiye imbere.
Nanjye ngiza conclusion ko nkora muri ibyo byabo ndabizi wenda muri bubaze Lilian ataravuga na Sam. Ubundi urebye muri Bibiliya, man, Eve and Adam were naked and not ashamed, okay? Ndashaka gukoresha iyo imagery muri communication kugaragaza
Adam na Eva bari bambaye ubusa kandi ntibakorwe n'isoni, bataragira icyaha,
bageze icyaha batangira kwihisha so igihe cyinshi communication ipfira no iyo twatangiye kugira n'ubundi utuntu n'utundi n'amanyanga yandi. Ariko ubundi iyo dukiranutse, imitima ikiranutse, tuba dukwiriye kuba like we are naked before each other, because that's the thing that should happen between a husband and a wife. Yeah, kandi nibyo guhimana. Nanjye ngo cyane bari ngo ni kuba gender sensitive, byo guhimana. Hari igitsina kimwe gikunze kubikoresha guceceka gusa, noneho tujye, ariko ubundi biterwa na personality. Umuntu akavuga ati ngewe noneho kamwihorere, ntabwo ngiye gutongana. Ariko nta gutongana kuruta gucecekera umuntu, ugaceceka ugaceceka, umuntu akaza akavuga ntumusubize, umutima wawe urimo gutongana cyane. So ibyo bintu byo guceceka ukanyuraho.
Basically, you must break the silence in the house.
Lilian, my daughter, na Sam, you are the youngest. Mutubwire. Noneho tugiye guhindura kabisa topic, tugiye ku topic noneho ya intimacy. So batubwire rwose ibintu byo gukundana no kugaragaza uburyo bakundanye mu buryo nyine bwa ruriya rukundo rubira ruzamuka. Mwari mwajya muri Chinese restaurant aho bazana ibyo kurya bya because sizzling love, urumva, sheri akaba sheri, ntabe mama kanaka, urumva, kisi mu buriri. Sinzi aho muri biganishe kandi mufite iminota namwe mikeya, ngaho mutangire mutubwire birahari ibyo bintu uko byatangiye niko bimera mubirinda. How do you keep that intimacy going? God bless you. Kandi muvuge hanyuma Pastor Frank ari bugerageze summarizing. Ntabwo he's not going to interpret. Muvuge uko mubishatse, wavuga mu Kinyarwanda akava mu ntuza, then Pastor Sam will just summarize. Is that okay? Nice.
Hello, praise God. It's very not challenging to speak after these couples, but we'll try. So we've been in marriage as long as this couple divided by 5, and that couple divided by that couple divided by 7. Yeah, so as you start with 15 divided by 5. Yeah, so a little bit more than 3 years. Yeah, so we are very, very young, and we don't have a lot of experience, but we have that little one in 3 years. Yeah, and yeah, we thank God for the opportunity to share a very challenging topic. Intimacy. This one should have been given to this one or that one, and we are given communication. At least we start from dating. Anyway, yeah, it's okay, because even in 3 years there is intimacy. Yeah. So about intimacy, we'll just go practical. In the first years, like 2, in our home, we lived just the 2 of us. So we didn't have family people, and we didn't have children, of course. Yeah, so we have just, the kid came after more than a year. So at least we had a full year, just the 2 of us. So intimacy, starting from how we lived in the family, because intimacy also goes with the environment at home, what happens at home. And I think we enjoyed a lot that time when you were just the 2 of us, because intimacy can start from wherever you are. Yeah, so when you are sharing dinner, you are seated in the sitting room alone. You can say whatever you want at dinner. You don't wait to be in the bedroom to say what you want. Yeah, so you can say whatever you want even in the sitting room, and you can kiss in the sitting room. Yeah, so we used to kiss in the sitting room.
The kissing room, that's okay.
Yeah. That's even better.
I think every family should have a kissing room. You just go there and just kiss.
It was a kissing house. Yeah, so we could kiss in the sitting room, because we were just the 2 of us, especially at night. And yeah, then intimacy, because we have very few time, I'll be going quickly. Or maybe I use Kinyarwanda so that we don't need interpretation, right? Yeah, let's use Kinyarwanda. Ikinyarwanda ngira ngo nicyo kiri butume dukoresha igihe neza. Ubwo rero navugaga yuko ikintu navuga twebwe natwe dukoresha cyane, tugerageza gucommunicating even around intimacy, kandi twabivuganyeho tutaranabana yuko tuzagerageza kuvugana ku bintu byose, kandi kuvugana ku bintu byose bisaba kuba intention. Ntabwo ibintu byose wabivugira ahantu hose. Hari topic ziba ziri uncomfortable, utavuga ngo iyo mwiriwe muganira ngo mwabivuze. Topics zimwe zisaba kuba intention, ukavuga uti tugiye kubivugaho, kuko ibyo muvugana muhuye mu modoka rimwe na rimwe ni ibyo mwiriwemo akazi, ibintu n'ibyo amakuru, ariko mushobora kutahita muvugana muri mu modoka ukuntu byagenze mu buriri, sibyo? So topic zimwe ziri uncomfortable bitewe n'ahantu, so mu kwemeranya kuvugana bituma icyo gihe kibaho. So tugira igihe cyo kuvugana ku bintu biri sensitive and uncomfortable nk'ibyo mu buriri. Akenshi tubivugira mu cyumba tugiye kuryama, not necessarily after intimacy or before the intimate time. Ushobora kuba ari n'umunsi rwose we are not planning anything like that, ukaba ari umunsi wo kubivugana. So kubera ko twemeranyije kuvugana ku bintu byose, umwe muri twabwira mugenzi we ati ndumva mfite ikintu ushaka ko tuvuganaho. ndakavuga ati yeah, go ahead. Niba unaniwe cyane ukabumva ushaka gusinzira ukavuga uti dushaka kukivuga ejo, kirihutirwa tugomba kukivuga none cya twakivuga n'ejo ndumva naniwe, tukacyemeranya nacyo, yaba ari okay tukakivuga. So bimwe muri byo ni what happens in the bed. Yeah, ntekereza yuko byaradufashije cyane kuko hari igihe umuntu yakubwiraga ikintu uta expectingaga, mugenzi wawe akakubwira ikintu uta expectingaga, like how unhappy they are or cyangwa ukuntu ataba satisfied neza. Ngira ngo iyo topic very sensitive and not very comfortable. Ntekereza ko abantu bamwe bahitamo kubihunga, utabivuga ndabihera so ni byiza kwemeranya kuvuga ku bintu. Nje nicyo navuga, kubera yuko iyo muvuze muti umuntu yakubwira ati ndashaka ko tubivugaho, mamuri bubivugeho, kandi iyo mubivuzeho solution iraboneka. So akavuga ndashaka ko tuvuga kuri kintu ti rero washize iminsi wenda in the bed bigenda gutya, but I think I'm not very happy with that. I think we can do better. Ukavuga ati okay, how? Akagwa details y'icyo avuga kitagenda neza cyane. Rimwe na rimwe mwemi mudafite n'igisubizo, mugahita muvuga muti ubu se cyaba kiza kurushaho gute, mukashaka n'igisubizo hamwe, kuko ntago riba ari ikosa ry'umwe muri mwe. Wenda mwa mutabizi, urugero mvuze nko ku minsi ya mbere mugishakana, ari ibintu mutazi wenda kubera ko ntaho mwari kuba mwarabimenyeye nyine, ari ibyo mwarumvise ku bantu bitari very practical. So ikaba an expectation ku wabyumvise, undi ntanayizi ntanayifite. So until we talk about it, umuntu akavuga ati buse bigenze gutyo, undi akavuga ati jano biriya bitavamo rwose. So wari ufite expectations akayimanura kubera yumvise mugenzi we, cyangwa se nundi agatrying. So umuntu after you hear the other person's expectation ukavuga uti ariko wagerageza, wabigerageza, reka tubigerageze. Rimwe na rimwe ntabwo ari kuvuga ko ari wowe utabizi wababizi, it's just something they had when
adventure.
Ukavuga uti wabigerageza se, mukagerageza. Rimwe na rimwe ntibibakorere mukabivaho, rimwe na rimwe bikabakorera mugakomeza.
Okay, mugakomera amashi. Okay,
so ngira ngo iminota yanjye ubu yarangiye, reka ndekera aha ngaha.
Duhere ririya nongo natubwire, wenda tubwire ibyo mwagumyeho n'ibyo mwavuyeho. Akibwire reko abyumva nawe.
Murakoze cyane. Ibyo avuze ni ukuri, niko twagiye tubigenza muri marriage yacu kandi bigenda bidukorera munsi ku wundi. Turacyafite urugendo rwo kugenda, ariko twizera yuko mu kuvugana hamwe byose tuzagenda tubigeraho. So party yavuze yo kuganira, hari biba ari ibintu bimwe bigoye kuvugaho, cyane cyane muri culture yacu, aho bakubwira ibintu ntago mubivugaho, wakuze nta hantu umva babivuga. Uretse muri bridal shower aho baguhereza illusions, ukumva barakubwira ibintu wenda biri muri kapo ye, ari ukagenda ufite expectation utasanga muri kapo yawe. So wagerayo ugatangira gutekereza kuki bino bintu bitaba gutya, kuki bitagenda gutya, ese no muntu ko ari kuba selfish kuntu, cyangwa se wenda nawe uri kuba selfish. Ariko byagiye bidufasha mu kugenda mutuvugana no kugerageza gushaka solution hamwe. Twemeranije yuko tubanza kwishakamo solutions mbere yuko dushaka izindi solutions ahandi. Twabona byagiye byafailinze, dufite couples ebyiri aho tugenda tukamara weekend imwe, couples twese eshatu n'abana bacu, tukamara weekend yose ku gatanu kugera ku cyumweru. Abo bantu tukopeninga up, tukabana mu nzu imwe, tukavuga, tukarara amajoro tuvuga ibitugoye, kandi byaradufashije cyane. So ni ikintu ntekereza ko nkuko Antiana yabivugaga, uramutse ubonye umuntu wo kwizera mu buzima bwawe, wabasha no kumufungukira ukamubwira ibyo bintu. So twe twaragize challenges igihe nari ntwite, tutazi uko bigenda. ukibaza se biragenda bite, so ariko byagiye bidufasha cyane mu kuganira n'abo bantu, wenda natwe hagati yo kuganira hagati yacu muri twebwe.
Kabisa no kubashimira cyane rwose. Thank you so very much. Brenda agiye kudufasha twakire ibibazo byanyu byose, turabyakirira hamwe, abantu nka 3 cyangwa 5 niyo maximum, tubisubirize hamwe kugira ngo saa sita nibura zitarenze cyane tuve hano. Ariko twongeye tubashimire cyane rwose kuza to share your lives. For me, I've loved this actually. I think we can do more of this. Abantu muri twebwe bafite ibintu batwigisha, ntabwo ari ngombwa ko buri gihe tuzajya duhamagara abantu hanze, nibishoboka n'amasaya tubahamagara, but our own people have stories as well to tell us. Thank you. So muramanika, and then here first Arundi turashaka kugira ngo tubarebe. Yes, our sister here, and Harundi kugira ngo nanone duhite dukomeza. Umwe babiri, Harundi wa gatatu. Hari wa gatatu Sister Diana hariya, and 4, that's it. Yiba hari wa gatanu, that will be the maximum. Okay, dufite abantu bane already.
Sawa, murakoze cyane. Mbanje mbashimira kuri ibyo mwatuteguriye byiza, nubwo abanyarwanda bavuga ko akaryoshye kadahora mu itama, twumvaga bitarangira. Mbanje mbisabira ubutaha tuzagire nka 3-day conference. Murakoze. Ikibazo cyanjye ndakibaza couples uko ari 3, mutubwire wenda mu magambo make ibyabagoye, kuko imyaka 3 ya mbere y'urugo ni igora abantu benshi. So niki cyabagoye muri iyo myaka 3 ya mbere, kandi mwabinyuzemo mute? How did you overcome? Murakoze.
Okay.
Murakoze. Abigishije bose rwose bumvaga ari ibintu bitujyana ahantu, gusa je nabisabira ko yenda mwazabiha umwanya munini. Hari nk'abafata nk'iminsi 2-3 bakajya ahantu, birushaho kuba byiza. Abantu benshi, abantu bigira ku bandi. Ijambo ry'Imana ratubwira mu Migani 15:22 haravuga ngo aho abajyanama batari, imigambi y'abantu ipfa ubusa. No kuvuga ngo turigira kuri aba bamaze kuhura na challenge runaka, akaba hari ibintu byinshi bigiyemo, buriya tubigiyeho byinshi cyane. Mwakoze cyane. Icyo navuga kurushako nuko niho hantu batanga certificate utari watangira kwiga, ariko bakakubwira ngo ugiye kwiga ubuzima bwawe bwose. Nuvuga ngo umunsi ku wundi urushaka ikintu narubonyemo, nuko umunsi ku wundi ugomba kuba ushaka kugira ngo ugire ikindi kintu wiyongeraho cyo kwiga, cyo kumenya. Kubukeye uko bwizihura n'ibizami byinshi cyane bitandukanye, ariko nk'uko bariya abakozi b'Imana bavuze, communication ni ikintu cyangombwa cyane mu rushako, ariko y'ukuri. Wari igihe babeshyana ugasanga hirya no hino batangira yabivumbura, agasanga hari icyo wamubeshye, ibibazo bikaba biravutse. Nanjye nagira ngo muzuzanye n'uyu wabanje abaza, riya kapo bandushaho imyaka nk'6 mu rushako, numva bari advanced kundusha. Ni nk'igiki, nka kibazo kimwahuye nacyo kigoye kandi mwagikemuye gute? Murakoze.
Murakoze. Ndashaka kubaza, actually nabaza gushimira ku nyigisho nziza twabonye. Turashimira abashumba bateguye iyi program. Kuri abavuze kuri communication, nenda kugira ngo baze kunsubizaho gakeya kuri ikibazo. Ni gute igihe umufasha wawe ashobora kuba afite ikintu cyamurakaje utabigizemo uruhare, kandi ukaba utari bukishakemo igisubizo? Ni gute wavumbura kugira ngo uze kumushyira muri mood nziza, umusore mu buzima bwiza? Wamubwiraga ngo I love you, uko kuje none yatangiye kubura. Cya kabiri, umushumba mukuru araza kudufasha kuko afite experience nyinshi cyane. Hanze aha ngaha muri iyi minsi baravuga ngo love is money, no money no love. Ariko kuko twakijijwe twumva ko God is money, God is everything. Ariko wasubira muri lifestyle ugasanga urona izindi challenges. Noneho nkibaza ikibazo, iyo umudamu wawe afite amafaranga menshi, hari igihe usanga hajemo complex zo kuvuga ngo I'm the boss, kandi responsibilities pastor yarakwigishije umugabo ni umutwe. Noneho iyo challenge uhuye nayo wamuganiriza gute ku buryo azumva ko ari igice kimwe nawe ukaba ikindi nk'uko mwatuganirije? Murakoze cyane.
Urakoze Steven. Lastly, Diana.
Murakoze. Ndashaka nanjye kugusaba nk'uko uriya mukozi w'Imana sinibuka izina rye yasabye ngo mudushakire ahantu iminsi 3 rwose twinigure. Nubwo nanjye mfite experience nyinshi ariko sindagerayo, ndashaka nanjye iriya minsi 3. Murakoze. Ikindi shaka kubaza ko muri iyi minsi hari ibibazo byinshi cyangwa se hari divorce nyinshi cyane ziri kuvugwa hirya no hino. Ese mwaturusha ikintu kiri ku isonga gitera ibyo bintu bya divorce? Wenda hari impamvu nyinshi ariko cyane cyane cyaba ari igiki kiruta ibindi byose gitera divorce? Murakoze.
Okay, barakoze ku bibazo byiza. Ubu ngubu tugeze mu gihe cyo kubisubiza. Ngiye gutangira na pastors, Pastor Fred na Pastor Ann. Mudusangizeho nkuko sister yabajije ibyabagoye mu myaka 3 ya mbere, mu ncamake rwose mu buryo bushoboka. Then ubwo Judith na Sam namwe mutubwire ikibazo specific ariko bitari muri rusange, ikibazo cyo mwakwibukiranyaho n'uburyo mwagikemuye, a specific conflict issue and how you resolved it. Ubwo turi bukomeze nanone turangiza ibyo bibiri.
Thank you. Hari igihe umuntu akubwira subize kiriya kandi wari ufite ibindi byinshi ukavuga reka nsubizeho kimwe ngo ikintu ubwo batakibajije. Bano bavuze kuri love. I want to say keeping love alive is a deliberate choice. Thank you. Ntago nyitinzeho. Uriya muntu aravuze ngo ese ni iki wowe wumva rwose gituma izi nshako zi breaking unselfishness? Ndabizi nicyo batubwiye ariko iyo abantu bari kubaza hari ikiba kibaninga. So no selfishness. Okay, yes. No one kuba selfish. Umwe agashaka ko babimukorera gutya, ko bibiwe bigenda gutya because of kwikunda wenyine bikaganisha mu kurusenya. So utari washaka ibintu banza shaka inyungu za mugenzi wawe. Utari washaka time nyinshi banza uyihe mugenzi wawe. Utari washaka ubutungo bwinshi bushakira mugenzi wawe. Usanga abantu kuko bikunda cyane they end up bisenyera. About imyaka 3 ya mbere yabanje twebwe siyo yari very hard, twanabivuze no mukanya. Yari hard, yari hagati y'5 no kuzamukaho, aho wakati tugera ku 10 and 10 cyane byari biri hard, ariko ibanza ntabwo yari very hard. Ariko namubwiye ngo ntabwo hajya haburamo uruntu n'urunaho utunaho akabaye nawe yababwira. Nge numvaga ari communication kandi ngira ngo nabigizemo uruhare kuko nayoboraga ndi umuyobozi, mfite buryo mbona ibintu strategizing everything, nkominika, to do list, buri bintu byose mbishaka ko bigenda nkuko mbikora mu kazi. So we akavuga ngo easy, ariko urumva haturi mu kazi, ntabwo uri executive director hano, ntabwo uri muri mu kazi iriya. So communication niyo yatugoyemwo muri iyo myaka ibanza. Uzi bya telefone yawe, telefone yanjye, mfite password, ngomba kuyireba. Utwo tuntu two gushaka gukurikirana cyane kugeza igihe I am too much. Actually, I think I was too much seeking information n'izindi z'ubusa. So biba ngombwa ko challenginga, ariko wowe ni iki cya okay komereza muri iyo myaka?
I think I'll respond to her and Diana. Let me talk about communication. Like he said, we are different. Pastor Fred is very open and transparent and says everything. So even before I married him, he told me almost everything about him, and I was like shocked. I was like, honestly, I was like, actually among the things I was like considered to marry him, I was like, this guy is so transparent. I think I should marry him. Now,
ngo we nawe byabagoye icyo yakumva ni uburyo baganiraga. Pastor Fred we arabahuka cyane akavuga byose atari n'ibyo yamenye aho ngaho tutaranashakana. Ndavuga ngo ibyo byose urabimbwiye kandi we siko bimeze, we akandagiraho kuri break gatavuga.
So I think I'm not like him. I don't say everything, especially even bitande bitari byanje, like naturally. He started by telling you when he was speaking that I was born in a family of 11. So somehow I grew up like keeping secrets. So it's kind of like part and parcel. Anyone who sneaks out of the house to go dancing, I know that he's in the club dancing and I'm going to open for them in the night. So anyway, so like even culture background. So I am different. I don't just say everything. It's as if I filter and filter and over-filter whether I should tell him or not. So like the first three years, there is a morning he told me, I think you need to tell me everything you know, either about you or even about everything abantu bakubwira.
Okay. No, ati rero turatandukanye pe. Jewe nakuze nuko mwumvise nari bucurana no muherereza ari ubika amabanga y'abakuru banje, ariko noneho ni ubwo buryo bwo noneho nyuma byageze igihe Pastor Fred amubwira ati ko bigaragara ukwiriye kumbwira byose, ukambwira hari ibintu by'utarambwira ngira ngo umbwire n'ibyuzi ibindi nibyo bakubwira abandi.
Reka mbabwire yo kamwe. Naramubajije ngo ambwire weaknesses zose, intege nke zose. Arambwira ngo I think
Maybe.
I don't know.
Now, he has not given you the context. He has not given us the context, because the context was, I first asked him, he was dating me and he asked me, I actually asked him, what do you think are my weaknesses and strengths? That was my question. And he gave me a list. Sivjo? Of my weaknesses and my strength. And then he flipped the question and asked me, so what do you think are my weaknesses and strength? The truth is I didn't know his weaknesses yet.
Oh.
Yeah. So I tried to think. I was like, I think. And then I was like, and then he'll be offended. So I started filtering in my mind. And then I said, maybe, and I didn't know how he's going to react. Namgira, I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was responding to you. So he told me you need to tell me each and everything, and I disagreed with him. I still do. Even here in ministry, people tell me stuff or things they are going through. Naturally, I don't even know I don't even remember to tell the story. So anyways, Gida, maybe we need a pastor on this. We should call a pastor. I'm like, okay, let's call a pastor. So I could not call Pastor Charles because they are brothers. So I called Pastor Elise. And I asked him a question. Do you tell Gloriosa everything? Pastor Elise was like, no keretse niba umuntu yambwiye that I share with the wife. So I think that's, we still struggle with that. We have not overcome. So we are still going. So that was kind of one of the things we struggled with. We still do, because maybe I'm trying. I am better now. So let me respond to Diana. Divorce these days, I think we have to keep even different cultures in context. Sibjo? So the story he shared about our friends who were divorcing after 30 years of marriage. Mubazungu, when they start getting children, most families, the mothers choose to stay home and take care of the kids. Why? Because nannies are very expensive. So they choose, the wife stays home and the husband makes the money. So in the process for them, if you're not careful, the wife is so buried into taking care of the children and the home, and the man is busy making money. So if they're not intentional to build a relationship and, maybe go for vacations, have time together, they find themselves growing apart without even knowing. So for example of our friends, that's what happened. So the kids, they're now all married. So these two people are in the house alone. He's been making all the money, and she has not had a professional job for many, many years. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have, so they have an emptiness. In my understanding, I think in the process, they grew apart. So that's their context. Now, coming back here, I think we are from somewhere culturally, going somewhere. We are somewhere now. Our parents, let me talk about my mom, besides maybe with professional mothers, different things. Ariko, my mom, most of our parents, like our generation, our mothers stayed home, took care of the kids, took care of the home, as the dad was the breadwinner, like he's out there maybe doing some kind of job. Now, look at us. Even Kwegabichehan on the stage. Lillian is at work, mostly you are at work, and depending on where you work, you might even find yourself, the wife leaves home first, or maybe has board meetings or has different things going on. So I think there is a paradigm shift. There is a shift in families. Our parents stayed. Some of the times they didn't have a choice. Yeah, like mom would stay married to this husband who maybe sometimes would be mean. Why? Because she doesn't, first of all, have even where to go. Like, you have nowhere to go, you don't have money, you have no... But now look at us, even here in Kigali. Like, she drives, she has a job, so there is a tendency of thinking, I can actually survive without you, I can, like day in, day out. Why? I am a professional woman, I have my job, I can make my money, I drive a car to work. So whether I have you or not, literally I can survive without you. So I think this is a message for us women to still maybe go back to the Bible and be biblical women. I think there is nothing wrong with having a professional job. You need to find a way of making things work. And for the men to understand that shift too. Because we both of us leave home mugitondo. Twese tukirirwa ku kazi. We go back home, both of us are tired, like really tired. I cannot even find my shoes. So you get home, now you have to be a mother. Sibjo? Now, I think you need to shift. I know, I think the men need to shift, understand the change or the shift when you get home. Instead of like getting on the couch, watch news, maybe you can help me clear the table, help me, go maybe iron the shirts you need to be ironed in the morning. So for you to understand, instead of thinking you're gonna still behave like your dad, who didn't do what. So I think there is a change and a shift in our homes, and we need to live with that understanding that I'm also tired. I go back home, then after kumuheka, I have to do homework. Then you need a clean ironed shirt in the morning. You also need breakfast in bed. You need 1,000 things. So I think the reason why the divorce is increasing is because maybe the shift in the women's lives and the professional jobs we have, but also people live ignorantly and still want to behave like we are 30 years back. You want to be served like how they served your dad, but we are both tired. Get off the couch, yagufasha. I'm also tired, I'm also human. So unless if we don't do that, more divorce is going to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you, Judith and Sam. Do you want to share a specific conflict area and how you resolved it? Very briefly.
impamvu ushaka kuzigira ayo makimbirane bakanatana nuko habayemo impinduka abakora, umugore arakora, umugabo agakora, kandi hakabamo kutumvikana uburyo akazi kabamwe mu rugo no gufatanya. Ikindi nukugira nukutamenya umuntu agashaka gusigara amateka y'ibya kera, bigatuma ibyo biza mu nshako ngo kandi dusenga Imana twitonde cyane. Aratuburiye dukomeza gutyo, inshako nyinshi ziri mu kunyura mu ntambara n'amakimbirane, no kubisengera kandi tukagira ubwenge.
Thank you.
Murakoze cyane. I'll try and be very brief. Twabivuze, reka mvuge mu Kinyarwanda. I know I will keep mixing, ariko reka ngerageje. Ikintu cyatugoye bwa mbere tukishakana, nta nubwo cyatugoye cyane, ariko yabayemo nk'akabazo nuko kutahaba. Umwaka wa mbere ngira ngo our daughter Melissa yagize birthday ya mbere adahari. So urumva umwe yaragiye, undi aragaruka, undi aragenda, dufite umwana muto, ariko nko twabibabwiye twemeje ko tuganira ku bintu byose. Ikindi kintu cyanadufashije cyane it's to understand each other, kuko twavuye mu cultures zitandukanye, twese tuva niyo mwese wenda mwarakuze no ku cyaro kimwe, you really came from different families. Hari ikintu rero mu rushako bita 6 na 9 phenomenon, no kuvuga ngo njyaho naturutse ndabona iyo ari 9 ari 9, wowe kubera aho waturutse urabona ari 6. So nukuvuga ngo uhagaze hari ya waturutse, ngewe mpagaza hari ibintu byinshi tubona differently. Icyo dukora rero nukugerageza ngo we move towards the center, ngo twese tubibone kimwe. Niba ari 6 twese tubona ari 6, niba ari 9 tubona ari 9. Ntabwo byoroshye, it's a gradual process. Harimo kwihanganirana, harimo urukundo, harimo gusenga. Ni nabyo twakoze pe, habayemo icyo kintu cyo kumva no kwirengagiza amajwi cyane. We really became very good friends from the start. Hari amajwi ari inyuma y'iriya 9 n'andi ari inyuma y'iyi 6. Mwebwe babiri rero ntabwo mwayagendana ngo muzagere muri center ngo mubibone kimwe. So you intend to try and minimize the voices, or the ubwo voices mbabwira ni the relatives, the friends, the families, ibyo bintu ukagerageza kubigabanya as much as possible. None mukagira iyo mukireba naho mujya n'icyo muri cyo n'impamvu mwahuye, kandi ibyo byaradufashije cyane. Hanyuma ikindi kintu wenda cyatugoyemo gato, nyuma yaho naje kubyarira abana hanze, kandi akenshi ari mu kazi adahari, akaza wenda nabyaye cyangwa akaza hanyuze iminsi. So that was difficult a little bit. Murabizi kubyara hanze nta maid ntaki, ariko ikintu cyamfashije ngira inshuti. I had very good friends and they were very very supportive. Ariko nawe the encouragement, the communication. Kambasangiza akantu kamwe kari so funny. Mba mu Bwongereza najyaga buri kintu cyose, ni nacyo cyatumye tumanaginga. Mbanza kumbaza, he's my point of contact cyangwa of reference on almost everything. So bituma umuntu yumva ko kandi nawe ari imodoka yagize ikiba. Can you imagine guhamagara umuntu uri Kampala ngo imodoka yanjye ko ndebe idastartinga neza, akabimbwira kuri telefone nkabikora kandi wenda aho mu karitsiye hari amagara. That is how important or high regard I gave him. Nkumva ibintu byose ari ubisorovinga. He's my nkumva ari we counselor wanjye, nkumva ari we my confidant, wa muntu ugomba kuha buri kintu. Even those sweet things, even those funny moments zituma you lift up, byaradufashije cyane. Kandi nubu nabibabwiye, nubu we are so dependent on one another. Mu bikomeye, mu byoroshye, tugira iyo accountability. N'abana tugenda tubibatoza ko we have to be accountable for one another. Very quickly, wabajije kuko umuntu kurakara atazi cyamurakaje. Twebwe icyo kibazo ntitukigira. Keretse ari we wandakaje cyangwa igihe amurakaje. Ariko because we really communicate a lot, we talk, n'icyandakaje niyo narakaye, the way I behave ahita bimenya something was not right. So akamenya what to do. So solution ni uku-understandinga each other, nukumenyana. Ukamenya mugenzi wawe ibimurakaza, ibimushimisha. It doesn't matter ko ari wabimuteye. It doesn't matter ko ari wamuteye kurakara, kuko kurakara kwe kuratuma mu rugo ibintu bitagenda neza. Birashobora no kwafectinga n'abana. So what you do or what we do, we just talk. We share, nkamubwira icyambabaje akambwira icyambabaje. So icyo kibazo muri ya communication no understanding one another bituma tugishakira ibisubizo. Ngiye guha Sam atubwire gato kuri a major conflict twagize, very practical one, and how we were able to solve it. Arashyiramo gato no ku kintu kijyanye n'amafaranga. Wabajije ngo iyo umuntu umwe afite yaninga menshi undi abona make cyangwa atanayabona mu bisorovinga gute. I'm sure some of you have gone through that. Ndibaza ko most couples have had those seasons. Very quickly arabitubwira. So za gato nubwo batakambajije, ikintu cyongeye kuzana divorce cyane nuko dukunda kureba abandi uko bameze. Ikiyindi on top of what they said, njewe nkaba nkishaka, twebwe turacyashatse, turabana, tumaze umwaka 2-3, ndashaka kugira inzu nk'iyo kwa Pastor Fred, cyangwa ndashaka imodoka nk'iya Eda Yugi, kandi bamaze imyaka barabikoreye. You don't know how much they have hustled to get those. Okay, so ugatangira kureba uti ariko buriya kwa Celeste ko bameze gutya, kuki twe tutameze gutya, cyangwa se kuki kwa Pastor Fred babigenza gutya, bagenda mu holidays bakora ibi, why are we not doing the same? Ukumva niyo ya 6 na 9 akakubwira turi ko mama na papa ko banigeze mbona bajya mu holiday, wowe holiday urashaka iki ko bamaranye imyaka 50 ko ntacyo babaye, urumva? Cyangwa akakubwira ngo umwana wanjye agomba kwiga Green Hill, abana bacu abo kwanaka ko biga Green Hills, kuki abacu batigayo? And you don't care how much you earn, you don't care ibindi mufite, wenda ntimurubaka, wenda hari ibindi bintu mugamije, ni ibintu byo kwifuza, ibyo mukabipfa bigatuma mwana separating. So akantu rwose grace, God's grace for us, umugabo wanjye ari too content, agira contentment, kunyurwa. Kunyurwa ni ikintu ni ikintu yadutoje twese n'abana kabisa, ni ibintu yadutoje, ikintu cyitwa kunyurwa. Niyo nsanze ari ikintu cy'ingutu nkumva ni iki kibazo cyaje abigira amazi, twese tukabigira ubusa, twese tukumva biri ize. Mu rugo tumwita Superman, we all call him Superman. I think my friends know, because ikibazo cyose n'umwana arakubwira mami, when daddy comes he will tell us what to do. So he's a problem solver mu bintu biri practical, mu bintu byo gushaka ibisubizo, and of course tukabifatanyamwo. Ariko ikintu cyitwa kunyurwa, kutanyurwa kirimo kwica inshako.
Murakoze. Numva ibibazo 5 ni bine babajije, byose abishubije, uretse icyo Pastor Elder Eugene yabajije, na madama akabanchizeho ikindi ngo cy'amafaranga. Ariko nashakaga ko hari ikibazo cyo babajije uriya mudamu wabanje kuva the most challenging in 3 years in our marriage. I think twebwe ni okay, my wife yabivuze ariko hari ikindi cyari kiri challenging. I think maybe her slightly over 3 years. My wife yabonye, for us we are blessed, dukunze kubona mu gusoma kwacu twabonye scholarships especially mu universities. So tugishakana, I think nkuko yabivuze ko tugishakana actually we never, ntabwo twigeze tubana 6 months ngo umugore n'umugabo 6 months 1 2 3 ubare 6 months habaga haje ikintu. Njyewe nari I was building my career, namushatse njyewe mfite akazi ariko I was growing very fast in ranks. Yes, nawe yari yakabonye ariko urabona we got married when she has just finished university. She was very young, so nako kazi gaba kari gatoya cyane, you know. Ibintu birihuta, abona scholarship, dufite umwana nagira nk'umubebi. In those years ura mudamu yabajije. So challenge yaje, my wife akunda family. Actually she was going to study MBA in the UK. So now this is an opportunity for you to go. Ariko my friends bakambira, you are sending your wife, you know, turi batu we are handsome and beautiful. So friends bakambira, you are going to send your beautiful wife abroad and ntabwo azagaruka. Kandi there are stories uzigiye mu people go fight to go to Europe, they don't want to come back. So ugasanga njyewe because nkuko ababwiye nje things I just look at them, maybe because of things I studied about my first degree in administration and social administration and public administration. So ni science yo kwiga abantu. So it kamfasha. Namya it's okay niba agiye nyina azagire nawe izo qualification izi azaba useful nubwo yaba agiye. So
nubwo baba mutwaye.
So what happened? So abona that favor to scholarship, fully funded scholarship to study masters. I encouraged her actually. Most people would not, because most of my friends are out of 10, 9 would say don't allow, but it would me to say I'm allowing. So umwana yari mutoya. I said she didn't want to leave her daughter, and she also didn't want to leave her new husband. And she also wanted the degree. Namubya rero, you need to sacrifice some. But for me, I want the degree. So ndabimwumvisha akabyumva half. It came to the, maybe before we reach there. So where do I leave my daughter? So the mother, the best person where ashaka kusigira umwana, our daughter Melissa, ni nyina. Nyina was across the country, in a village. My mother is another village, but near. You don't cross the border. Then me, because we are living in Kampala, but I was working in another town like 300 kilometers away. It was in Bari. But for me, I would come home every weekend. On Friday, I go on Monday. I would drive, come home every weekend. I'm there, then Monday I've gone. So arambwira ati 100%, if I am going for a master's, I have to leave my child with my mother. There's only one person I trust is my mother. So now I also trust my mother. So I know how a challenge. How we solved it, I have given you an offer. Go and ask 3 people. Bigiye hanze, bari bafite abana, bameze nka umugabo arasigaye nanga umugore arasigaye like that. Ubabaze ko basolovinze. I will take the answer they have given you. Kuko nyine namubwiye nti I'm not giving my daughter to anybody. I'm not giving my daughter to my mother, and you are not giving my daughter to your mother. Because me, I am with her. She's going to miss, if you take my daughter to your mother, she's going to miss me and miss you and our home. But when you go, she will only miss you and she will not miss me. So niko bamubwiye turabisorovinga. That's how it went. So a specific issue. So the two ones. So on the issue of money, the couple who has more money or who has less money, of course, as a couple, ntabwo mwanganya favors, nta mwanganya imishara, nta mwanganya amafaranga. One has to be on top of the other in terms of money. But in marriage, ibintu byo mwiyemeje kuko ni nababwiye kare, we are equal. It's the willing of two of you to agree we are the same. So n'amafaranga, actually like me and my wife, nguko Celestia yabidusabye. To be practical. Nta mafaranga yanje ngira, nta mafaranga yagira. If niba imodoka ipfuye, whoever has the money will work on it. What we fight for is that at any opportunity, either me or her, hari ukuriye ufite amafaranga. Niba time for school fees, whoever has will pay. So icyo nkuko I remember Antoine, Reverend Dr. Antoine yarabitubwiye ati ushobora kuba mfite akazi gatoya, umugore wanjye afite kanini, so if you are going to hunt, ngenda azana urukwavu, warazana elephant. So it doesn't matter. Yeah? So on for the one for Elder Ocean, this one on specific issue.
Ni ya indi ya mama banyu niyo yari yanje.
No, ina mama wacu, none of them kept the
Okay, vuba kuko we need to be out of here.
So on the most specific conflict issue between me and her, yo twasolvinze, I think harwaro wakibajije this gentleman, it was my coming to Rwanda. My coming to Rwanda, I would say, was not easy. And even her it was also not easy because I was doing my masters in the UK. Then where nsize we yarazaga nje kagenda niko twabisobanuye mbere. So yaraje nje ndagenda for masters. So she came to visit her sister. So sister waramubwira ati why can't you apply for a job even if it is 1 year, because the husband is going to be away for 1 year. Ukaburi gukora naza mugasubirayo. She said, she had come with children. I think you had three little children. So she found it very hard. For fun, she applied. And she got the job. But she was going to work in Katari. But it was temporary. So when she asked me, of course we are convinced. I said, okay, you can just do it because even in Kampala you are not doing anything much other than looking after the home and the children. And you are now with the children. So she started now working. So when I came, I even passed here. So now naciye ahanga. So ntubwo rero ntibwa akazi nyene reba uko wasezera tugende dutahe.
UN, it was with IFAD and it was really paying well. Ariko numva nanjye biranshobeye.
So ubwo arambira toke ati nabwo it was I think temporary, no, it's okay, the procedures you don't easily get out. I knew of them, of course. It was a kumurimantizi ko bigenda ntushobora kurizayininga utari wasoza kandi akunda gusoza ibintu bye. She's not a person you tell ngo ejo mu gitondo utahe, you cannot do that. So nanjye ndagenda ndakora. Ariko ubwo our daughter nje nabanaga, we have a daughter and another one, so they were in Kampala. Adopted daughter, she's also at the university right now. So nje mbana n'abakobwa akabana n'abahungu. Ubwo in between hazamo nundi muhungu now, they were about 3. So every time akambwira, our children bagira time to base. One, the number 1, and number 2, and number 3. If umwe yishe umurongo, ubwo bose barawishi. So akabari challenge ati na abana I cannot manage them as I work. Ariko ubwo nje I accepted kugira ngo akore kuko she met me when I was making my career. She didn't have a career. Arize, I also wanted her to make a career. It would be selfish. Nje ndakomeza ndagurowinga my career watari kukurowinga kandi yarize. So but challenge came, she couldn't cope gukora ari n'abana batoya. 3 boys. Kandi abahungu murabaza bafite abahungu iyo bakurikiranye. It's challenge. So ati rero twumvikane. You need, one of us has to resign the job. We need to stay together. Kandi mwenjewe I had just been given a scholarship. I had just been promoted. I was the future was very bright. I was actually on the evening of my career. Or so young. it was very challenging. And while I was working, to think of promotion, you think of, to think of resigning, you think of like 3 years before you write. It was not immediate, and it's not 100% that they will allow.
So how did you solve that problem?
Yes,
as we conclude,
now. I said to Isengere, but of course for me, I knew it would not happen. But what helped? I said, okay, where I was going, you know, in slate management, we own not 10% of the slate. We don't know 90. Ushobora kuba uri mu bwato ahangaha ukabona umusozi waje mu mazi in an ocean. Ubona agatwe k'umusozi ni 10%. Ukavuga uti ndagaca iruhande. Kuba umusozi gwaragiye gurabyimba 90% urazigonga. I was thinking I'm going to Rwanda. Where do I start from? I'm getting elderly, and in Rwanda you cannot get a job when you are old. I think I was in the 40s. I think, what is this? But I don't want to keep it to myself. She said, no, we shall go, we shall do some consultancies here and there. I mean, it's okay, don't worry. So I just put in my resignation. But what helped that? My mother fell sick. And my mother here was always towards, my mother helped me so much when I was young, up to the time I grew up. So she really needed me when she was old. So I just went to my director general. I told him, now, you know what? I think I need to put in my resignation because my mother is sick. She was, and she's likely not to live for long. So I need to be with her. And no one is going to stop that. He said, no, it's okay.
So he had to find a more sense. It was true.
Yeah, so I said it's okay. I put it in. I said maybe this time you will not accept it, but someone at an appropriate time you will think about it and you will give me, you will allow me to leave. So when I was there, they promoted me again. And I came this way. I told her now this is this, and I have a deadline to report, and they are taking me. I think I was coming to a level of a director. So I said I have to go. But I had already put in my resignation. Look at you have resigned, they have seen and they have promoted you. So my mother, I asked for some leave to look after my mother. Because my mother was sick, was down. And God's grace, they accepted. So I came this way. So
Amen.
It was very, very difficult to lose a job and you come to be jobless.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I never nagged him. So we really didn't have any conflict on money matters for that period, and I think he bears witness. Kuko akazi nari mfite was good, and we were able to manage through. And it was a time, by the way, he was never idle. It was a time we were building our house, and he was able to be busy doing all that. By the time we finished, he got a job, and he was never redundant.
Okay, thank you, Judith. I'm so sorry. I need to cut them short. My biggest weakness is time. For me, I just get off when time is gone. I'm so sorry about that. But I realize that our youngest couple has been so. I will give them a minute or two to just say something, whether it's on money or what, and then we'll all close, okay? Yeah.
Don't worry, Elder Adrian. We've been blessed to listen from the seniors.
Nashaka kuvuga ku kintu kimwe cya challenges. Abantu baratandukanye, character zacu ziratandukanye, personality zacu ziratandukanye. Nkatwe ari expressinga byoroshye, nge birananira. Hari nk'igihe tugitangira yambwiraga ibintu nkananirwa kuvuga, ariko ya communication twakomeje kuvuga niyo ituma tukomeza to growing buri munsi. So abantu mwese nabashishikariza gushyira pride hasi, wibuke ko ari marriage yawe uri kubaka. Find time, create time to talk about everything.
Amen. Thank you. I'll try to be as brief. So kuri icyo ngicyo yavugaga, namubwira nk'ibintu bitagenze neza aho kunsubiza ngame arguments ze akarira ngavuga now what is this, what do you do? Umuntu amubwiye uti ndatekereza ko biriya bitagenze neza, wowe ukabisobanura aho kumusubiza akarira. So those are some of the challenges in communication, ariko she has grown so much from there. Ubu ngubu turavugana byara frustratingaga kabisa kuko atabasha kumbwira, nawe nkamubwira also tell me if it is my fault, tell me, but if you cry what do I do? So that was the beginning. We have grown so much from there in terms of those kind of issues. So akanyuma ni ku kintu cy'amafaranga ndagira ngira icyo mvugaho ku muntu winjiza menshi cyane cyane yari umugore. Ntabwo ariko bimeze iwacu, ariko nshobora gukoresha urugero rw'iwacu kuvuga yuko abantu bashobora kubikemura. So twege amafaranga uko tuyakoresha, amafaranga yose twinjiza buri wese azayo undi yinjiza and ajya muri pool y'amafaranga ya family, tukavugana icyo azakora ubundi akagikora, nta nubwo akeneye kujya muri account imwe, niba tuyazi n'ibyo gukora tubizi. So we say pay this and this and this, I pay this and this and this, yose toto igashira. So rero ntabwo numva ukuntu abonye menshi byahindura uko tuyakoresha cyangwa ukuntu byazana conflict kuko aye ariyo menshi. Ntekereza yuko it starts aho mutangirira no kwiyumvisha ko nyine gukorera menshi ntabwo ari ikintu kinini mu rugo nkuko bahoze bavuga. Hari ibintu biba biri binini ku kazi, position ufiteyo, umushahara ufiteyo, ariko mu rugo iyo abantu bareshya ayo winjiza doesn't matter a lot. Kandi abantu b'Imana rwose ntabwo dukwiriye kugorwa n'ibintu nk'ibyo. Twagafasha abantu badakijwe ku bintu nk'ibyo. Abantu b'Imana ni gute amafaranga agiye gutuma wumva uruta umuntu? Ngira ngo mu kwicisha bugufi dusabwa nk'abantu b'Imana, n'abakozi bacu bo mu ngo dukwiye kubatekereza ko bafite value, ko ari abantu dusupervisinga mu kazi, dukwiye kubaha values kandi tubasupervisinga kuko turi abantu b'Imana. So how do you come home with a bigger salary ukumva ko noneho umuntu mwashakanye akwiye guca bugufi ukuntu kubera umurusha umushahara, niba wubaha n'abandi bantu bose kubwuko ukijwe wubaha ijambo ry'Imana? So ntabwo ndi burenza aho ngaho. Murakoze cyane.
Amen, amen, amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Tubaheza amashyi menshi cyane. Kambasabe duhaguruke tugiye gusenga. Sam yavuze ngo abari hano bose ngo nibo bashakanye igihe kirekire, yari yibagiwe Diana nanjye. Noneho twebwe twashakaniye telefoni zitaratangira, turi mu bantu ba mbere baguze telefoni zitwaga Alter, iba ari Alter. Hanyuma ngewe na madamu wanjye twabonye telefoni, rimwe ngiye kuza mu nzu nsanga afashe telefoni yanjye arimo arahamagara kandi nawe afitiye. Yesu, kuki noneho arahamagara, noneho agiye guhamagara hitabiye. Namubwira ariko se noneho uri mu biki? Ngo nari mbonye umuntu wanditsemo wari wise Yona namwise Hane, Yona namwise iki sinzi, unashaka nanjye kuvugisha kuri uwo Hane, ngo nari nketse ko ari undi muntu wise Hane. Akinkeka imyaka yacu ya mbere ya gatatu tucyubaka icyizere. Anyway, kadusenge tunyura muri byinshi cyane. So yasanze Hane ari we. Amen. Okay, kadusenge Imana. Imana tugushimiye cyane umunsi mwiza, tugushimiye ibiganiro byiza cyane, byiza bitwigisha. Ndasenga kugira ngo Imana nanone tuva aha ngaha tugire uburyo tujye ku applyinga cyane cyane, kubera ko tubona ko isi itewe kwica foundations zo kubaka ingo. Pastor Fred yatuganirije na Anne n'abandi uburyo ingo zirimo gusenyuka, tukabana ariko tutishimanye, tudakundanye. Mwami, turasenga kugira ngo udufashe cyane, twubakire ku ijambo ryawe. Twumvise ko ari nta yindi manyo ihari ariko ijambo ryawe. kandi tugushimiye cyane ko wowe washoboresheje Judith na Sam, ukaba washoboresheje Pastor Fred na Anne, ukaba washoboresheje Lilian nanone na Sam. Mwami tugushimiye ko ukiri Imana, the same yesterday, today and forever. Komeza twubakiye kuri wowe, komeza imfuruka zacu, wowe buye rikomeye, kugira ngo muri New Life Bible Church hatumvikanamo ingo zisenyuka, ahubwo humvikanemo abantu bakundanye bishimye. Twubake ingo, twubake igihugu, twubake imiryango. Mu izina rya Yesu Kristo, umwami n'umukiza wacu.